Thank you, Pastor Kevin. Good morning, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Shelly Olson. I was invited here as a 7th grader and came back as an adult with my family because there's something just very beautiful about this church. Last March, I posed the dreaded question to my doctor. Wait, are you telling me I have cancer? Yes, indeed it was. I had a very rare cancer involving 2 tumors. One of my adrenal gland, the other of my aorta, between my aorta and my vena cava. It was determined I was likely a stage 3 or 4, and was given the clear impression that if I was to live, I had to make it through the surgery. Manipulating my tumors during surgery could either cause a release of hormones sending me into cardiac arrest, or be too entangled in the aorta, possibly making surgery unattainable. Shortly after my diagnosis, I notified the church and my extended family. I began a Caring Bridge site to make it easier in the retelling of my story. I began having extremely personal conversations with people, receiving texts, cards, meals, and even phone calls from some of you wintering in warmer climates. In those conversations were lots of encouragement and lots of talk about praying for me. And of course, with that, lots of bold, out loud prayers. I could feel that people were really praying for me. It was an amazing zing of encouragement. Once I was in a coffee shop, and the owner said to me as I was about to leave, "Can we pray with you, Shelly?" As I had said many times before that, I'll never turn down prayer. I bowed my head while 3 or 4 men that I did not even know prayed for me and my family. I looked up from that prayer to find several people who had entered the coffee shop and witnessed that prayer. And I thought to myself, what an amazing testimony to them who are hearing that prayer. I also had several people boldly say to me, "Shelly, you are not going to die. There are other plans for you." Do you know what? I really believed it. I believed that from the beginning. As some of you know, I was determined early on. I wanted 2 things to happen as an outcome, regardless of whether I lived or died. I wanted people to come to Christ because of this, and I've seen that. I wanted those who already believed to be encouraged and become more bold in their walk, and I've seen that. I believe ultimately we are charged with one job here on earth, to bring as many people to Christ as we can before we die. So here I am today, almost a little over 3 months post-surgery, cancer-free. Praise God. I believe with all my being that it was your prayers that moved God, not to change his mind, but rather for your benefit. To see that dramatic prayers still happen today. Let me say that again. I believe with all my being that it was your prayers that moved God, not to change his mind, but rather for your benefit, to see that dramatic prayers still answered today. You prayed for me. You acted on my behalf, and God not only responded to your prayers, he answered them. Don't ever think that prayers are worthless. I don't know why God answered my prayer and not Bonnie and Kevin's for their little Timmy 26 years ago, or why Tim Holtz died of an aorta aneurysm this summer, or why Sam Rossman is still battling his cancer. But I do know we can't take away from the importance of this miracle. We need to claim it as it is. In Isaiah 55 it says, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts." And later it says, "So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for what I have sent it." You have all witnessed a miracle, and we should rejoice in that. Claim it as a victory for God. Don't let Satan downplay what you all have witnessed firsthand. Yes, it is true. Dramatic prayers are still answered today.